Hi guys, it's Emily and Milo, and we're here to bring you an update on Holiday Book Bingo because I have already finished it, and it's only the second week of December, which is pretty crazy. All of the books that I chose for the prompts were pretty short, and I've been in a reading mood lately, so yeah, I just got real excited, and I finished all 5 prompts in the first 2 weeks of December. So for the first book that I had finished was Tis the Season by Lorna Landvik, which I finished for the prompt, read a book with stars on the cover, and I already talked about this one, so I won't go into it again. And then I also finished Skipping Christmas by Grisham for the prompt, read a book with holiday lights on the cover, and I already mentioned this one as well. But the 3 that I haven't mentioned, I finished this week, and the first one I finished was Jane and the 12 Days of Christmas by Barron. This was for the prompt, read a book that is part of a series that's a holiday book, and this is the 12th book in the Jane Austen mystery series. I've been reading one a month. This is your pretty standard Jane Austen mystery. Jane is at the estate of some friends of hers for Christmas Day, and then the 12 Days of Christmas. And a messenger comes with some documents for the master of the house, and then on his way out, his horse is tripped by a wire, and he gets flung off and breaks his neck. And at first they think it's an accident, but then they find the wire, and so there's this matter of intrigue going on. Napoleon has recently been defeated, but there's some threat that he's going to come back, and so there's a French spy that they think might be at the house, disguised as one of the guests, and so it's sort of, Jane is trying to figure out who the French spy is, and who killed the messenger, and then there's another murder that takes place. So yeah, it's just a really good time, and it's a really fast read, and I highly recommend it, and I'm really excited, because now I only have 2 more books in the series, which is really exciting. And then there was the prompt of read a holiday book that's been turned into a movie, and for that one I read A Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens out of this collection. I've listened to it partially on audio, narrated by Jim Dale. It's available on YouTube if you're interested. Kate Howe had mentioned that on Instagram, and I was really excited to find that out. And so yeah, this is, of course, you probably heard about it, Ebenezer Scrooge and Jacob Marley and the 3 Ghosts of Christmas, and it's just a really great time. I've read it before, and I really love it. This collection also includes The Cricket on the Hearth, which I've also already read, and that is a story about a long-lost person that comes back to the town during Christmas, and then there's also another Scrooge-like figure that sort of has a change of heart as well, although not as big as one as Ebenezer Scrooge. So yeah, the only story I have left in this now is the Chimes, which is a New Year's Eve story, so I think I'm going to read it closer to the end of the month. But yeah, I finished A Christmas Carol, and I really loved it. It was my 3rd time to read it, and I always enjoy it. And then finally, for the prompts with read a book that has red or green on the cover, I just finished today Letters from Father Christmas by J.R.R. Tolkien. This is another really short book that as you can see, and it's got a lot of pictures in it, and it's just a really quick little read of letters that J.R.R. Tolkien wrote for his children and acted like they were from Santa Claus, and it's a very detailed picture of life at the North Pole. There's a polar bear and some elves that help him pack for Christmas, and then their enemies are the goblins, and so he talks about fighting the goblins, and he talks about packing the presents for Christmas, and he talks about when polar bear gets sick, and he just talks about all sorts of things. These start out in 1920, I believe, and they go, 1920, and they go to 1943 because J.R.R. Tolkien had 4 children, and so it starts with the oldest, John, and then it goes through the childhood of all 4 of them, ending with the youngest, Priscilla. And so it's a really sweet book, and I highly recommend it if you're looking for a Christmas read that'll cheer you up and get you in the Christmas mood. So yeah, I'm very excited to have finished up book bingo, holiday book bingo, and as you can see, I've marked off all 5 of my prompts on the very top row. And yeah, it was a really great, fun way to get through some of my Christmas books. I've had a lot of I have a lot of Christmas books on my shelves, and I usually only read like 1 or 2 a year, so that was really nice to get through some of them. I still have, of course, the Chimes from Charles Dickens to read, which I'll read closer to the end of the month. And then I also have Reflections on the Christmas Story by Jeanette Oakes, which I'm planning to start on December 18th because there's 7 chapters, and then I'll finish it by Christmas Day. And then I still have not started my big read for the month, which is A Prayer for Owen Meany by John Irving. Kathleen and I never made contact again about a buddy read, so I was sort of hoping I could get connected with her before I started it. But now that I'm finished with everything else, I think I'm going to go ahead and start it, and maybe we'll see what happens with that. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to this one. And then if I happen to finish all 3 of those things, before the end of the month, I have plenty of magazines to read. I'm way behind on my magazines. And then I'm planning to start off 2019 by reading Mr. Jonathan Strange and Mr. Laurel by Susanna Clark, I believe. Or maybe it's Joanna Clark. And if I need to, I'll start that early because it's like a 900-page book, so it's going to definitely take me into 2019. But yeah, I'm making great progress, and I'm really enjoying my Christmas reading, and I'm really enjoying my Christmas movies, and I've been going to a lot of Christmassy events. I went to a John Denver Christmas concert with my parents, and I'm going to the Symphony Orchestra for their Christmas concert, and then my parents and I are going to see Dashing Through the Snow, which is a play. And yeah, I just got a lot of things going on, and I'm always really loving the Christmas season, and it's my favorite time of year, and we've been having some cold weather, which just makes it really nice to curl up with a book and some hot chocolate and my baby girl. And yeah, I hope everybody's having a great Christmas and holiday season, and you're enjoying some great books, and I'll talk to you again soon. Bye!